Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss about the special cases of eigenvalues and eigenvectors, and again and the derivation of convolution property through Fourier series analysis, through LTI Fourier series analysis. Okay, let's suppose what we have done in the last class. In the last class, we have the system h of t. We have given the impulse response e power j omega naught t, j omega naught t. So the output is mod of h of j omega naught, mod of h of j omega naught into e power j omega naught t. This is what we have proved in the last class. Okay. So instead of giving complex exponential as input, let's try out sinusoidal input or cosinusoidal input, and let's see what happens. Cos omega naught t. Well, cos omega naught t, it is nothing but linear combination of some complex exponential, isn't it? Cos omega naught t is equals to e power j omega naught t minus plus e power minus j omega naught t by 2, isn't it? So cos omega naught t is a combination of complex exponentials. So we are instead of giving just complex exponential, we are trying to give cos omega naught t, and let's see what happens. Well, let's suppose cos omega naught t is eigen function for the system h of t. Then output should be in the form of k into cos omega naught t, isn't it? Extremely trivial. K into cos omega naught t. So how do we get there? Let's see. Let's try out using convolution. Y of tau equals to integral x of tau. Instead of x of tau, I am writing h of tau. Cos omega naught into t minus tau d tau. Okay, expand this. Integral h of tau cos omega naught t cos omega naught tau plus integral h of tau sin omega naught t into sin omega naught tau. Look at this, d tau. Look at this. Cos omega naught t is a function of time, and this is the function of tau. So this integral turns out to be constant, some constant in times cos omega naught t. This integral turns out to be constant into cos omega naught t. So this is what we want. All right, this is what we want. But there is another term here. We need to get rid of this term. How do we get rid of this term? As h of t, add minus infinity to plus infinity. Change this. Any integral from minus infinity to plus infinity, f of t dt equal to 0 when f of t is odd function. Again, extremely trivial. Okay, h of tau into sin omega naught t to sin omega naught tau. So for this whole function to be equals to 0, this term has to be odd. And for convenience, I am writing sin omega naught t here. This function has to be odd. Sin omega naught t is already odd. H of t must be even for the whole function to be odd. For the whole function to be odd. So the constraint is h of t must be even. For cos omega naught t to be the eigenvalue, to be the eigenvector for the h of t must be even for the cos omega naught t to be the eigen function for the system h of t, and k is the eigenvalue. So what is the eigenvalue here? Minus infinity to plus infinity. H of tau cos omega naught tau is k times cos omega naught t. Given that h of t is an even function. So what is the conclusion? H of t has to be an even function in order to nullify the second term. H of t has to be the even function. If h of t happens to be the even function, cos omega naught t in the input will always result k into cos omega naught t at the output of the system, which will ultimately saying that cos omega naught t is an eigenfunction for the system if and only if h of t of the system happens to be even function. Okay, the conclusion is it might be the sinusoidal function or a cosinusoidal function to have to you know for the sinusoidal function or cosinusoidal function to be the eigenvalues of the particular system h of t has to be an even function. For sin omega, you can also check for sin omega t through the same procedure. The procedure is the same, and you will arrive at the same conclusion that h of t has to be even. So for exponential input is eigen function for all LTI systems, but sinusoidal signals and cosinusoidal signals are eigenfunctions for the systems whose Fourier transform, whose impulse response is an even function. Okay.